We are fueled, we are energised, we are ready, and it is another day of living in a new house. Yesterday I made the commitment we were going to get the prep work done. It is now about 5:30, so we have a tall order to get it done, but we are committed and we are going to go. First port of call is let's clear up the working area because it is an absolute shambles inside of here. There's wood dust, there's bits, there's lumps of wood everywhere. I want to get the area clean so it's nice and ready to work with. And then we get on with sugar soaping, fillering, removing the remainder of the paper, everything else that we can possibly get done to get as much prep as possible. So let's just crack straight on with it. Bit better now the environment's cleaned up. We're getting there. I've had a rough sweep just to get rid of the bigger chunks and stuff off the floor, so there's still a lot of tools and stuff up here I need. But I think what we're going to get on now is the last of the messy jobs so that we can give this area a proper dust down, ready for all the proper prep work we need to do. So, messy jobs on the agenda is this power socket, which seems to be concreted into the wall, so we're going to chop that out and have a look at it. We're also going to sand down all the top of these edges and remove like the last lumps and bumps where there's bits left on the ceiling over here. And we're going to strip the wallpaper off this wall here and then just do the final bit of like sanding down, removing any rough edges, everything else like that. And then that should put us in the place and we are ready to then get onto the prep stage. And the first part of the prep stage that I want to get on with is sugar soaping this part of the wall. So I mentioned in the last vlog, you can see here, there's still like a pattern in this piece of plaster, and there's still a bit of like old paper residue and bits. Look, you can see bits of paper sticking on the wall there that we want to get rid of. So just want to give that a good dust down. Might even sugar soap a couple of the other areas just to degrease them, especially the painted surfaces. And then we are on to tape and filler. That will be the next action. So, I need to clean out those vents as well, the old air suck vents, which we've decided we're going to keep just to keep the ventilation in the house. So let's get on with the last few bits of mess and then we can start doing the final mend. Mid-time-lapse update, because this spanner decided not to film the bit he was just doing up there. We've now steamed all the paper off from behind the radiator, steamed the rest of the gunk that was sitting behind the rail outside of there. Still a bit of a mess, but it's getting there. We've cleared off all the caulking, which is around the bottom edges. We've got that pole patched up. We've used a wire brush to brush out all the loose debris out, the cracks. We're still going to go through and brush them with a loose soft brush and a vacuum just to get rid of the last of it. Papa has arrived and he is currently removing all the sticky stuff off that wall with the sugar soap, and we need to just have a go at that. But we are forging through it now, and I think I'm now at the stage where we can break out the scrim tape and the filler and start patching up around all of these bits of plasterboards and the cracks in the ceiling and everything else like that. So that'll be the prep work completed when those two actions are out of the way. So we are getting there. The other thing I've just realised, we are missing a header. Not to go in a goal, but to go in that door there. I'll probably have to make that up now, so we're prepped and ready to go there so I can filler all of that at the same time. Now to do that, because this board's right up to the edge of there, we have got to cut a bit of a notch inside of this piece of plasterboard here, just so we can fit that in. I've also got to make sure I get the sizing right so it's not a hobbit door and I can actually fit through it. So we've got to cut a piece of batten in, get that across, and then cut another piece of plasterboard and get that tacked onto there, but that shouldn't take too long. So let's crack on with that now. On your header, son. Uncompleted door header. I am a little bit worried about height-wise of things. I'm pretty sure I've got it right. So the doors I'm going to be purchasing are 1,981 mil. The framing, the door frame, the door jambs effectively, are 20 mil thick. And I've allowed about 20 mil for flooring, like quite a thick amount of flooring or airflow underneath, whatever we decide to do with it as well. So I'm hoping that's the right height. Now, I am a great measurement stick for door height, given my height, because doorways are normally 6'6", I am 6'5", so if you stand in this doorway, you'll see I just about make it through. Now, I'm going to see what this looks like on the camera, because I haven't actually looked yet, so we'll see how much space I've got. Hopefully there is enough. Fingers crossed. If not, then I could be entering a world of pain in a future video, at which point I may come back to this and go, what an idiot, why did you do that? But at least we've got one of them in. I'm kind of like, I'm in two minds about, do I just purchase one door and get the one door on and make sure that it works right before I go ahead and do the rest of the headers inside of here so I don't enter a world of pain, or do I just do the whole lot? It's going to cost me a little bit more in shipping and deliveries and stuff like that, but it could save me a load of time in the long run, so yeah. But anyway, that is the final piece of plasterboard that is going to be going up in here. We are done. Dad's done a stellar job as well, and we've cleaned the ceiling. If you look at the difference of it, like he even did these bits, which I didn't think it did, well, I thought didn't need doing, but if you look at the amount of like grease and grime and stuff, he's done a fantastic job. So just doing the bits around the window now, and then the bit above there. I think I am now going to start the fillering and taping job. So I'm going to go downstairs and start reading some instructions for the filler and get a good batch of that mixed up and just start slapping it on everywhere, get the screw and tape out, and yeah, let's get this place patched and shipped shape ready to go. I hope you enjoyed that previous clip, because you can basically forget everything I just said. I said I was done with plasterboard. I'm not. I realised I need to put a strip down the side of this piece of stud work. So yeah, I then said I was going to get on with taping and fillering, and then after a bit of sitting down and planning, I realised that's a terrible idea, because I should probably do the bonding first, and then I can do the tape and filler and everything else in the corners that I need to do. So what I then started doing was doing some vacuuming up with the dust around here, and upon discovery, I have now just found that none of this plaster here is actually adhered to the wall. If I get a nice close-in zoom up there, you'll see there's a lovely gap underneath there, and it's all peeling. So we're going to get a lever underneath that particular bit and pull it off, and see what the damage is. More findings, eh? Right, let's see how bad this is. Dandy dandy crowbar, I mean.
Right, there's your measurements going.
That's losing out, mate. That's rubbish. That's
Oh,
rubbish.
one sec, just catch it.
That's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's not
How
too
is
bad.
that not?
Right.
Is this what I'm doing tomorrow?
That's rubbish.
No, you're writing a letter for your job.
That's
That's holding on that, because that's
not.
the top's not ideal. But
That's not too bad, that's not too bad, that's not too bad. That's not too bad now. Okay. No, that one's gonna have to go.
Oh,
That bit's stuck.
sounds hollow, yeah.
big catch.
I used to play for the under 12s.
Well, there's now significantly less plaster on the wall, but at least you got rid of the worst of it. At this point, I'm contemplating in my head, do I just take the whole wall back to brick? I don't think I should, but it's on my mind. the commitment of we're going to get all the prep work finished today. Did we do it? No. Am I going to claim we did it? Yes, on a technicality. So, we did get the extra header in. We've got all of this clean, very much thanks Dad to my help. We got things dusted and done. We filled in polyhold and everything. The only things I didn't do is that particular strip there. Oh, we did remove that as well. That particular strip there and all the taping and fillering and the bonding that I was claiming to do. But the reason I'm claiming it on a technicality is because actually all the cleaning, the really, really grotty stuff is basically done. All I've got to do is do the actual adding of material to the wall, the taping, the bonding and everything else like that. It's just got to go on. Oh, I cleared that crack out as well to give it a little bit more purchasing power on there. So, all being well tomorrow, always tomorrow, I can come in here and I can just start blasting through, actually just throwing stuff at walls in one form or another. That is going to be the plan. But it is that time of the vlog where we're going to get to the end of the vlog. Now, I'm going to do something a bit different at the end of the vlogs now because what I do at work, we run a morning stand-up every single morning with my team. We go through 2 questions at the start of each day. And it's always a good positive start for the day. First question is, what were the successes and the wins for the day? I've just been through the successes and the wins for the day. The next next question was always in, how can we give you some help and support today? The help and support today actually comes in the form of some comments. So, the God-fearing Taco, thank you very much for your comment on putting an expanding foam can upside down. Definitely makes life a lot easier. And there was another comment from, I can't remember the name of the user, but thank you very much for your lovely comments about actually going through a binge, watching all the vlogs, very much appreciated on the way as well. So that was my help and support today, so thank you very much for those comments along the way. The other thing I always do when I'm ending off the meetings in the morning is I use the phrase happy hunting. Don't know why, I've just done it every single day for almost the last 2.5 years, so I'm going to start signing off the vlog with that. So thank you very much for watching, please do consider subscribing and happy hunting.